Since we were on the subject of bugs and we did our hornworms and our beautiful sunflowers, I thought it would be really fun to change it up a little bit and do something that's very popular now. It's called manga. We call it manga here in America, but in Japan, where it originated, it's called manga. It's a comic book here, it's cartoons here, but it's not considered that in Japan. It's a story, it continues, which is why it's so popular, because every copy that you buy is a continuation of the story beforehand. Here it's treated more as a cartoon. We're used to seeing them in movies and things like that, and that's actually not manga, that is anime. It's when the characters are actually moving. They have very strict rules. You have to be an artist or a writer who follows these kind of traditional ways of doing it. There's difference in the size of the person. Unfortunately, they make men taller than women, which is their way of doing it. They also have different hair colors and eye colors, which have meanings. So today I want to take and mix that up a little bit, and we're going to be doing bugs. We're going to make our own manga bugs. And one of the most important part, come on and tell me, I know a lot of you know it, are the eyes. When you look into the sun, or if you look at someone else and look in their eyes when their light is shining, you see shines in their eyes. You need 2 or more shines on those big, beautiful manga eyes. And they weren't meant to be comic books, even though the word manga means flowing words, funny or humorous. So we're gonna make some funny, humorous bugs, and they're gonna be outstanding. I told you I was going to surprise you with the manga special things. We did our bugs and our sunflowers last week, and I thought, I don't know, I'm kind of like on a bug kick now. And I love manga. And we've been drawing, so I thought, let's make some manga bugs, right? So manga, you know all the rules about it and everything. I thought I would show you the different types of eyes that you can make. These are just some that I drew really quick. And like I said, you can see the shines in the eyes. You need at least 2, remember, because manga does have specific rules. Now these are our bugs, so these are our, our own manga-inspired bugs. When you look at the eyes, you can see that they show different expressions. Like this one's kind of surprised, this one's calm, this one looks a little tough, and this one, to me, looks mostly like a insect's eyes. I'm going to call them bugs. Insects is too hard for me to say. So our manga bugs, I will show you some examples. Are you ready? I had a blast making these. What do you think? Manga Bug Deluxe. All the little details that I put in make a difference. Now this one, I folded so that it's actually sticking up out of it. The wings are flat. The little antennae are flat. Move that one off to the side. This is Miss Linda's favorite because it's just too cute. These are not specific bugs. We are going to be able to name these bugs, make up the country that they come from. We're going to have a whole story behind it. And again, this one is popped up. It's got little ding-a-ding-a-ding up there. So again, look at the different eyes. This one looks a little, I don't know, mischievous. This one looks a little, I don't know, scared. This one is just like a party on paper. It's just amazing. This one is flat. And I started out with these lighter colors and I wasn't satisfied with it. So I just kept putting more and more stuff on it. I had to tell myself at one point, Miss Linda, it is time to stop before it looked like just confetti on paper. And then this sweet little thing. This is the only one that's not totally symmetrical, where it's both sides. You can see I added some colors onto it to enhance it. This color pink actually was very, very hard to match color to, so I went with red. And warn you, bugs, mouths, or food openings to eat are very difficult to put on paper. But you're going to be making it your own, so that's fine. So I'll put these away. We'll have photos of these for you to see. And then we're going to make our own. So you'll need a piece of plain paper, but you won't need it until after you're done. Talked about being symmetrical. That means that both sides will match. It's a mirror image. We've talked about this before. And I don't want you to draw it out. I want you to get your scissors out and just see what happens. So I know it's a bug, so go over here. Miss Linda has no idea what's going to happen, but I know I want legs on it. How many legs on a bug? 10? No. 8, 6. Spiders have 8. Bugs have 6. So if I do 3 of these, what's going to happen when I open it up? I will actually have my 6 because you're doubling it. You're getting 2 for 1. You're getting that symmetrical mirror image. And then let's give it a, in case I want to put a stinger on it or something, I'll put it square on the bottom. All right, ready? Let's see what my bug's going to start out like. Holy camoli, I love it. Look at that. I think I'll work on it this way so that when I'm done, I can just glue it so it's popping off the paper, which kind of makes it like a relief as well. All right, so get your colors out. Oh, Miss Linda has a surprise. I've got a bucket of pencils. I got a bucket of markers. This is the big bucket of paper that I save. I try to keep it neat. I rubber band the pieces together. I can't throw it out because I know I'm going to use it for something. And you know, how many times do you get a light purple like that or that bright pink that was hard to match? So I'm going to move this off to the side because I've already chosen my colors that I'd like to use. Blues and oranges are complementary colors. We've learned that too. I've got the purple and yellows. This I love. You're going to see me using a lot of this because this is so dark. So when I was making these other ones, I saved my scraps. And you're not going to believe what happened. Let me show you. Number 1, I don't know what this came from, but can you imagine? I've got to straighten it out. I got a little smooshed. Hello, open. Can you imagine just sticking this on the top of your bug? Let's do that right now. Get your glue. I'm going to use, usually Miss Linda has a, there we go. I keep pliers in my teacher box specifically for this glue because it tries to, I'm going to turn this upside down for a minute. You can use your white glue as well. It's just going to take a little longer to dry. I like this glue that dry. What you might. I like this glue. I never cut the top because it dries too fast. So I always squish it out. And then I have my tools. In fact, my grandson asked me, I had this piece of twig in my box of treasures, and he was like, "Ma, why do you have that?" And I said, in case someone doesn't have a toothpick, they can go out and get a twig. Anything works. But this happened when I was cutting out for that pink bug, and it wasn't rounded like this, and I opened it up and I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be like the perfect place for a bug chest. Now that is too dark on dark, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this over my paper and I'm going to give myself a background. 1, 2, 3. I count a lot, and that way it keeps my mind focused on what my hands are doing. So if I sound silly sometimes, it's because that's the way I am. Now this is folded, so fold this too? Absolutely. Let's fold this. All right, here we go. It's going to be, and I'll say this with a lot of my artwork that we do, it's going to be like a puzzle. And this one is even more fun because you're going to be finding these little scraps that you have. And I'm going to squeeze it, count to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's stuck enough for me. Now I want to be careful not to get too much glue so it doesn't ooze through these holes. So I'm going to go straight down the middle and put a little dot. Let's just dot, dot, dot. A lot of times, and students who have had me before know that I say a little glue goes a long way, and it really does. We tend to over glue things. All right, and I'm going to fold it again. Since we're doing symmetrical on both sides, every time you do it, you can fold it and pinch it, and then it's going to stay. All right, we have the start. If you'd like, you could put it on here to see what's going to happen. It actually does have a little spidery. Well, since I talked about this, this beautiful bug is the winner of my unusual scrap antenna. All right. And if you're using white glue, I would not squeeze it either. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sometimes I'm worried that my finger is going to get stuck on here when I do that. Now, it's okay if they're going in different directions because these are our fun manga bugs, and we got to make them. So we talked about the eyes. To get 2 eyes the same, fold your paper in half. Look at it. I can't make giant eyes, but I can make big eyes. I think I'll go with those teardrop ones that I thought looked most like a bug. Now I'm going to be doing white, black, and then white on the black, just because too big. Always check it out before you glue. Once this glue is on there, you saw 10 seconds later, you're done. All right, lay those down to make sure I'm putting them the right ways. I want them this way. All right, slap that glue on it. And again, I'm doing this very quickly so that we can let you all get to your own stuff. Or you could pause me and do this with me and do the steps along with me. That would be fun too. All right, so now I need a black inside, but I don't have to do black inside. I could do, no, if I make orange inside, it would make it a little mean. I don't want it mean. I don't think I want it mean. So I'm going to do a smaller teardrop shape. Again, I folded my paper so I get 2 at once. I think I got the right side. They have little flat tips on the top of them. That's even better. Oh, and again, my favorite tool, the toothpick. You can hold the toothpick and it can become your little... All right, there we go. Miss Linda can't find a word for it. The tool that brings it over and sets it down. Now there's glue on there, that doesn't matter. This is the easiest way to get a perfect circle, are your hole punches. Now because this is white, I'm gonna do it over black paper so I don't lose them. And again, fold your paper so you get 2 at once. Okay, everybody remember how many shines I need? I need at least 2. So let's start where we have this little glue spot. And put a dot of glue. This is definitely a little glue goes a long way. And since this one's already stuck on my gluey finger, I'm going to push that on, push it down, push it on. And I'll show that this can also work as a tool for this. You can actually pick it up like this, and once you push it down, it matters where you put the shines. That's a little bit too much glue. Let's see. It's a little too much glue. Remember, glue dries what? Clear. So we don't have to worry about it. And I'm going to write this on my piece of newspaper that I put down. I want to have 3, so I think I'll do this and then it'll look just not as mean. I don't want mean bugs. I know, some of you like mean bugs. It's okay. Some bugs are mean. There we go. Beginning. Now this is when you start getting all the good stuff. Once you get to this point, if you're going to put wings on it, maybe you wouldn't want to glue it down. But Miss Linda is going to glue, then I'm going to look. I think I'll glue all the feet and up here by the antennae. See how I'm just putting a glop? This glue, once you put it down, all right, let's see what happens here. All right, push. And see how I pushed in? If you push in, you're going to get that pop-up that we wanted. All right, so let's see what next. I said I was going to use orange, so should we do... Let's do an orange triangle on its head to start out. And notice Miss Linda is cutting on the outside of the paper. Don't just cut in the middle, because then what's going to happen is you're going to have a bunch of paper that you have to throw away. See, I've got my scraps. And then I'm going to fold it in the middle again because we want it to be even on both sides and it's going to be popped up. All right. And this one I'm going to put it all over it so that it really sticks. This is my guiding tool. That's what I'm going to call it, a guide. I couldn't think of a word before, but now I have it. Now, if you wanted to make this into a female bug, you could put eyelashes on it and change the entire look of it. Now, I would usually just put circles on here, but since the eyes have a teardrop shape, I'm going to cut another piece And let's see, fold it once. This might be hard for little hands, but if you fold it twice, you're going to get all of them the exact same shape. I hold it over just to let my brain get it's called eyeballing it. I'm going to eyeball it so I know what size. And whatever size you think, go a little smaller. Let's see, and then I'm going to cut that. All right, 1, 2, let's see if I did this right. See if Miss Linda can count. Or did I only get 4? Ha-ha, I only got 4. So what I'm going to do is just hold this over the top of this. I thought I folded it enough, but obviously I did not, which makes no difference because once we're sitting here doing this, we can keep moving forward even if we need to redo something. All right, let's do this. I probably have 2 extra now. Of course I do. We'll find somewhere for those. So I'm going to put a little dot here, a little dot here, again. And I can see this is coming up a little bit, so I'm going to give it another push. Once I put the paw, so to speak, or the decoration, embellishment, and I want them all to be going the same direction, so I might have to flip them over. Double check before you glue. They're all going to be going up. So now I know I can just stick these right on. 1, and I can tell already I'm going to want to put, I don't know, maybe a bright green dot on top of them. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, ooh, I like the way it's looking already. Get my little schmutzy stuff off of there. So I said lime green, right? And I'm going to go on the outside of this lime green. See how many times I have to fold it to get 6 of them. I think what I'm going to do is fold it in half and do it 3 times and just make it easy on myself. All right. You can hear by the sound of it that this is thicker paper. Because I have my paper box, I actually had to make a face when I did that when it was tough. Come back here. You're going to have different depth and texture to it. So let's count. These tend to want to stick together. These will be the hardest things to put on, but they make the bug. So, again, you know what? Let's see. I'm just going to check it out before I put it on, if I can pick it up. This is, do I need it? Oh, I think I'll put it there. You know why? Sometimes bugs do have that. They have that camouflage. You know, butterflies have it to where it looks like they have double eyes. Dip again. I don't have enough glue. So this will be this bug's extra protection. You just think about what you're doing as you're doing it, and then when something happens like this and it makes lots of sense. Now, I put my fingers in the glue a little bit to get a little sticky on my hand to make it easier to pick these up. I've said before you can lick your finger, and all I got was a bunch of ew from my students. But I'm assuming all of you are washing your hands. So if you choose to do that, go ahead. Oh, one likes me too much. Okay, look. Okay, so far. I think we need something up here because it's just too blue. Orange, green. Don't want to put like 15 colors in it. Turquoise? No. Red? No. I love having all these choices. I think I'm going to go with lime green. I'm just going to keep the 3 colors. None of them spoke to me. So this is glued down. This is glued down. No, not too much, a little bit. So, should we do dastardly eyebrows? We could do that. So I'm holding it here, and I know that the eyes go this way. So I'm going to cut that curve. Ooh, yeah, this is going to work really good. Let's see. I'm actually going to go this way. And I think I'll cut it this way. When you're working with a big piece of paper, cut the extra off if you want to have a little more control over it, because I wanted to do not really zigzags, but I wanted it to be something other than just a curved line there. And let's go up and then straight down. Are you ready? Let's see if it worked. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks really good. So I'm going to pinch it this way so they are actually just glued right in the middle and stick out. Now, got to think of what I would call this bug. Crooked antennae, flying what? No wings, so it can't be a flying. Crooked antenna, crawly, creepy something. Maybe you could send me your idea of what I should call it. When you are done making these, please send me your photos on my social media pages. I love seeing your artwork. This didn't take a whole lot of time because I didn't go overboard. Later on, I might just put a few more doodads on there. Have fun with this. This is just something for you to be creative. Try to be symmetrical, getting the same on each side, which is a matter of cutting folded paper. Take your time, have fun. I did. I'm going to do another one when I'm done. Bye. If you haven't finished your manga bug yet, and you're going to do more and more and share them with everyone, I'm really excited for you. Once you get them done, you can put them on another piece of paper, frame them, mat them, make them special. Don't forget, there are some traditional rules, and one of them is make those eyes outstanding. Symmetry, two sides, make a match. Take your time, have fun, use your scraps, and send me some pictures. I love getting your artwork. I'll see you next class.